So ladies and gentlemen, you're planning on buying an iPhone 6 or an iPhone 6 Plus in 2017 or 2018, depending when you're watching this video, and you're not sure. You're not sure if it's slow or how is it. So I'm here to give you guys my 3 years later review on the iPhone 6 Plus. Now, the 6 Plus was my personal iPhone until I got this bad boy right here. This thing is so impressive. I love it so much. The iPhone 10. So make sure you guys watch that unboxing video. And I gotta say, right off the bat, iPhones will always be an iPhone. And what I mean by that is, when you get an iPhone, you know you're going to get a smooth OS. You already know Apple is going to push out as many updates on your old devices as possible to optimize the performance. You know Snapchat is going to perform better on iOS than Android. And I gotta say, in 2017 or 2018, the iPhone 6 Plus holds up really well. By the way, this is a skin from D brand. I'm not sponsored by them. Some people even think this is the red iPhone. That's insane. And that's how much people don't really know about iPhones out there. So a lot of people think this is the red iPhone for the iPhone 7 Plus. But it's not. It's the iPhone 6 Plus. I'm getting ready to deactivate this phone, and I gotta say, I've been through a lot of good times with this iPhone. So quick little backstory behind this. I picked up this phone when it first came out of 2014, 2015-ish. And man, this was hot, man. This was the big deal. This was the first ever iPhone to feature a humongous display, 5.5 inch. And we was coming from a 4 inch or 3.5 inch if you had the iPhone 4 or lower. So this was a big upgrade no matter which iPhone you had at that time. And to this day, 2017, this is the most popular iPhone to date. And now we fast forward into today. The phone is not too bad. You guys can see how fluid is moving. Now, it takes some time to actually load up. You guys can see it loaded up nice and well. And I don't understand Apple. They put in 1 GB of RAM. The 6S, that's when they put in 2 GB of RAM. So if you plan on getting something like this and you want to save a little bit of money, I would rather you get the 6S instead of the 6. You know, why not? The S is better. You're getting the 3D touch. You're getting faster performance. The camera, 8 megapixels with optical image stabilization, which is a huge deal. Even the iPhone SE don't even have optical image stabilization. You also have a dual tone flash, so you're getting 2 flashes in 1 flash. Volume up and down. This thing is not water resistant or waterproof, so keep that in mind. You have a headphone jack. And there's really a reason why I want to keep this phone. This is really the last phone to have a headphone jack. Away from the iPhone 6S, the 7, that's when it killed the headphone jack, which to this day, it still hurts me. But I gotta adapt to the new technology, I guess. Mid 2018 or early 2019, the phone might perform a little slower than normal because the apps are getting bigger and bigger and better, and it's not gonna handle it. But yeah, man, one thing with Apple products, you can't lie, optimize their phones to the full potential. 64 gigabytes too, by the way, which I highly recommend if you plan on picking this up. But, you know, if you could pick this up for less than $100 or less than $200 at least, then I'll go for it. But if not, definitely go with the iPhone 8 if you don't mind losing the headphone jack and if you don't mind paying a little bit of extra money. And you're getting more future-proof too. This, honestly, I think this iPhone 6 Plus is probably going to last up to like maybe 2 more iOS updates, and that's it. Right now, we're on iOS 11, so I think maybe iOS 13, it will be it. But if you walk around in the streets with this, you're not going to feel, you're not going to feel played out. Like, everybody's still having iPhone 6S, 6, or even a 7. Like, it's not obsolete. If you see someone walking around with a 4S even, it's not even all that bad, even though you don't really see that much no more. But if you see someone with the original iPhone, I don't have it with me, then you're doing something. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's obsolete. But yeah, it's not obsolete yet. I'll say maybe another 5 years, this thing will be toast. I see Apple is going to take this approach. I think this is going to be the iPhone design for another 2 years, or maybe even, yeah, maybe another year or so once they get rid of this notch. And I do have the smaller iPhone 6 here, if you guys want to see that. Don't even bother with the 6. The 6 has a good camera, but that bigger display, it means a lot. At least get the iPhone 6S or higher. But I definitely rather this than the SE though, any day. Any day. How's the portability? I had this thing for 3 years. How did I put up with this phone for 3 years in terms of portability? And I gotta say, not really too bad. Not really too bad. There's times where this thing bulge out my pocket. Like it's so big, and that's what she said, to the point where it's like it takes up the whole entire front of my pocket. Obviously, bigger the display, it kind of limits your use of one hand and that's why Apple introduced reachability, which I use a lot. I use reachability a lot. But if you go with the smaller phone, you shouldn't really have a problem reaching to the top. Well, for me, it's not really too much of an issue. You guys can see it's not too much. And this is running iOS 11.2. And guys, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm still making iPhone 6 videos running iOS 11. So if you have an iPhone 6s and you're planning on holding off, you don't want to spend so much money on this 10. I know this iPhone 10 is going to drop the price next year. But right now the price is pretty savage. And just like every iPhone is, you know, Apple is going to optimize the performance. But yeah, man, Apple phones are so reliable. That's why people go with iPhones. Love or hate Apple, you can't hate the fact how their software, even though it's not the most interesting or the most beautiful or the customizable, it works. It just works. Alright guys, until next time, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, appreciate it with a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions about the iPhone 6 or iPhone 6 Plus. And other than that, your boy Pops, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Deuces. But yeah, that was really the main selling point of this. The new design and the bigger display.